Hi, this is Dan Smith, and today I want to talk about the subject of zombie drones take over the world. Remember that line from the movie The Sixth Sense? I see dead people. Well, I see zombie drones all over the world. In fact, sometimes when I look into a mirror, I see a zombie drone looking back at me, and I find that very disturbing. But I see a zombie drone fighting to get my shine on. I see a mummy fighting against the binding cloths that have held me captive, possibly like you, for many years. So let me tell you a story, and I think that you'll identify with the story that I'm talking about. When I was in high school, back in the early 70s, I ran with a group of kids, some friends, that we all wanted to be bikers. And not just weekend warrior type bikers, I mean hardcore bikers. And the reason I wanted to do that, in part, was to escape from the trap of being like everyone else. I wanted to be an individual that stood out in the crowd. So to cast off the cords of society, I bought my first Harley-Davidson motorcycle when I was a senior in high school. Now, to be a good biker and to really fit in, the first thing that I needed to be a biker in good standing was a regulation biker leather jacket. Then I needed a pair of regulation biker leather gloves, and then a pair of regulation biker leather boots. And of course I needed some good regulation biker leather wallets, the kind with a chain on it that attaches to your belt so that no one can steal it, and of course it had to say Harley Davidson on it. I still have that wallet to this day. And after a few years of running with the pack, I one day realized that my life sucked. And it was time for a change, as there was the dream of being a biker, and there was the reality of being a biker, and the two did not match up. The reality was that it's cold in the wintertime and it's hot in the summertime, and old Harley Davidsons break down all the time and never in a convenient place. Fast forward a few years later, and I am married with kids of my own. My son is in the 4th grade. He's playing basketball on the school team, and I'm sitting there watching the game, and all of a sudden I realize that every kid on both teams and all the kids on the sidelines all have the exact same haircut. This was the bowl cut, the kind that like Moe had back, Moe of the Three Stooges had. And I laughed on the inside for a few minutes about how all the kids got the same haircut, so that they could all be cool and fit in with the crowd, but be different from their parents. And then I thought different, and it almost made me cry. Why? Because all the kids would have told you that they was getting that particular haircut because it was cool, or so that they could be an individual and stand apart from the whole parental guideline thing. The fact is, just like me in my regulation biker outfit that I wore to identify myself as an independent thinker, these kids had all gotten the same haircut so they could all fit in and be like the crowd. Like zombie drones, we have accepted a lie that the way to get ahead in life is to get a good education, get a good job, and work for 40 hours a week for 40 years. Or what is commonly known as the 40-40 plan. And then we get to retire on half of what we couldn't live on when we were working. Like zombie drones going through life, trying to fit in with the crowd, never raising our head above the crowd to look around and to see if what we are doing is the right thing or not. And we take our mortgaged toys out on the weekend and we play, and we tell ourselves that we aren't doing all that bad. Now I want to ask you, is that the crowd that you want to fit in with? Like when I was a biker, there was the dream and there was the reality. Well, the dream was that I got all the hot chicks, and everyone thought that I was cool because I was a hardcore biker. The reality is that never happened. I didn't get all the cool chicks, and nobody really ever gave me a second thought. Well, what about the financial dream? The financial dream was to have a great life and live on my nice, cushy retirement until death do us part. The reality is that most people wind up dead or broke or living with the relatives to take care of them because they don't have enough money to last till death or enough to live on while they're still living. The dream vacation in Hawaii or going on a cruise, or just plain having a great life in general and having plenty of money becomes nothing more than a dream, and even that slowly dies as we live with the reality of a fixed income that doesn't even pay our living expenses. That is not the way I personally want to live out my days. Do you? Is there an alternative to living like a zombie drone? Taking a handout from the government or sucking the life out of your children, expecting them to take care of us and make their lives miserable? Yes, there is. It is found in the homework industry, making money at home and living life on your terms. Earning money at home, living life the way that you choose to live it. Going to the kids' games, being there when they come home from school, or taking a vacation when you want to, not when the boss or the corporation says that you can. I know that that's considered a nonconformist life, like my hardcore biker days, but who wants to be a part of the herd anyway? I don't. I tried the old way and ended up divorced and starting over in life in a new career in my 50s. So if you're serious about escaping the zombie drone syndrome, then get the facts and learn how you can take control of your life, look cool, and go 100 miles an hour with your hair on fire. Learn how you can work in your underwear and get away with it. Click on the link below this video. Get the facts about how you can cast off the zombie drone chains and live your best life now. This is Dan Smith wishing you all the best. You have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.